Hey everyone, Michael Dagler here, developer advocate at Apify, and today I wanted to show you a presentation that I gave at a recent hackathon for my community here in Texas. And this was a Moltathon. So this was all about building with Openclaw, and I thought it would be a great way to show how we could use Apify and integrate a skill with Openclaw to make it more capable. So to start this presentation, I want to set the context of where my perspective is on tooling and applications and where I see everything going. So as you can see, my argument is that tools are better than apps. The first thing to notice if you've used Openclaw at all is that you're able to text it through Signal, Telegram, WhatsApp, voice calls, etc. And so I think this is another early sign of the death of the human interface. And you're no longer going to need actual applications with UIs that are human friendly, but rather you're just going to need an agent with the right skills and tools in place. And this is why I think that the value is going to be more in the tools the agents can use versus the UI that a human can use. So now let's talk about the tooling problem. Generally speaking, the best way to integrate tools with agents in the recent year was using MCP. But the problem here, and this is a screenshot from Anthropic's own blog post talking about how MCP tool definitions provide the important context, but most servers can make those tokens add up, and you eventually get context bloat, or what we call context rot. And so now we are left with this problem where we have agents that need to use tools, but we don't want to overload it with so much context that it becomes dumber. So this is the approach that I opted for, is using a skill instead of a tool definition from the MCP. And a skill is essentially a folder with a skill MD file, plus scripts, references, any other subfolders that would be helpful for the agent. And when the session starts, the agent only sees the description, or like the meta tags of the skill, not the full thing. So you're going to significantly reduce the number of tokens per skill that you add to an agent versus having it use an MCP where it loads in all the tool definitions. The agent only will load in the entire skill when it realizes that your intent matches what the skill can do. And inside of that skill, we can have it describe what scripts to run and what tools or code to run that we've created beforehand. And this is going to help you significantly reduce the context of your agent when it's working with tooling instead of using the MCP. And so this is where I started to work on a skill for my own Openclaw agent that integrates a skill that Apify had made for Claude Code, and that is the universal scraper from the Apify agent skills repo. And essentially I ported it over into my Openclaw agent. It's not really too much of a change. The skill MD file remains pretty much the same, and the only other thing I added was a references MD to show it all the actors it could possibly use. And then instead of giving it the ability to use something like the MCP CLI, I opted for giving it the specific Apify API endpoints that it is able to call, and that is essentially only the post request to run an actor and then a GET request to get the data set. And so I think this is something that we should not overlook either, is that instead of having to integrate all these different APIs with all of these different tokens and authentication methods, if you create an actor on Apify or you're using an actor that already exists on the store, you only need to have an Apify token. So I think it significantly reduces the overhead, at least from the developer side, when integrating tools to an agent like Openclaw. And so this is the pattern that I went with. And I discovered this just by reading through some of the documentation on Apify more thoroughly, and discovered that they allow for what we call ad hoc webhooks. So usually, before you use a webhook, it would need to be registered. But with Apify, you can actually pass in a webhooks query and encode the webhook in base64. So what I did is, inside of the skill for my Openclaw agent for the Apify universal scraper, I told it that when it calls the run endpoint for the actor ID that it wants to use, it's also going to send a webhook query that is base64 encoded that tells the actor to call Openclaw's built-in hooks endpoint through a Cloudflare tunnel, and it's going to return the run ID of that actor. So essentially, instead of seeing all the output logs like you might see in an MCP call or something like that, what we're doing is we're just calling the API for the actor that we want to run, and then the agent doesn't need to worry about when it's going to be done or pull it or use the process tool that Openclaw has, but rather it will be notified through the webhooks when the actor is done. And so the agent's allowed to do other tasks in the meantime, and then when it is done, it will call the Apify endpoint for getting the data set. And so here's the first demo of something that I made. This is essentially just finding taco places in Austin. I'm based in Austin. I love tacos. And so I'm going to follow this YouTube video link. Here we go. So as you can see, I'm saying, let's look for some really good taco places in Austin and asking it to find me a set of 10 taco places and share me their links and ratings if possible using Apify. And so there we see that the agent's going to understand my intent and also know that it has a skill that uses Apify and will actually call the proper actor to get me the results that I want. And so in this recording, you can see here that I scroll over to my Apify console, and you can see that the Google Maps scraper actually was kicked off. So now the agent is free to do anything else if I wanted it to, but we're just going to wait for it to be done. And as you can see, I'm also checking the Apify console because with Signal, it's hard to see if the agent's doing something. But here we go. We have the outputs, and as you can see, we have 10 taco places with their ratings and their links on Google Maps. And then I believe in the demo, I do scroll back over, and you can see right here, if I pause, I have a webhook that was triggered. And this is an ad hoc webhook that was not registered on this actor beforehand, but rather sent as a base64 encoded query to the actor run post request. And so what's really powerful about this is that essentially the Openclaw agent could use any actor it wanted to, and I don't need to manually go in and register all of the webhooks beforehand to the proper URL. We simply just need to pass it along when we call the actor. And as you can see right there, I have it send back the status and then also the run ID. So when the agent receives this request to its webhook endpoint, it's going to see that it has a run ID, and then it is going to call the Apify run endpoint and get the data set back. So basically, this is how I feel like tools should work. You know, like if you are driving a car, you don't know every piece of the car, and you don't need to know every piece of the car. You just need to know to push to start or turn the key to start and put the foot on the gas and use the steering wheel. And I think we should start thinking about this when it comes to agents as well, and reducing the amount of context bloat and overhead, and see it more as like an input-output view for the agent. So the agent knows this tool is going to accomplish this part of the task or this task for me, and I'm going to expect this output back, and that's all I need to know. Okay, and this is the second demo that I wanted to share, and this is something that is a bit more on the personal life side and something that I'm calling interesting finds. And so I use this example to also convey that you can build your own actors for skills that are more custom to your lifestyle. So for me, I send a lot of links to myself, things I find interesting, and it always goes into my notes to self on Signal, and it never really goes anywhere. And so what I did is I made a skill for my Openclaw agent to use an Apify actor that I created personally and actually get the information, scrape the information from any social URL I send it, so x.com, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, LinkedIn, etc., and then file it away using the slipbox method, which is essentially a Dewey Decimal System for thought capture. And so I'm personally excited about this because it means that over time, I can start to build a map of all of the interesting findings I have and see where there are correlations, see if any new ideas come about from it. And so let's watch this really quickly. So as you can see here, I am going to be pasting the YouTube video link and sending it to my Openclaw agent over signal. And then we just need to wait for it to use the actor that I created. And here we go. You can see it has captured that interesting finding, and it got the YouTube transcript, and it also showed me any connections or links found to my other notes that I've taken, such as like the self-observation work. So this is like, actualization type of content, and it found something else that had to do with like self-improvement or, observing yourself. So again, this is more so to show you, you can build your own actors to create tools for your agent, and B, these tools can be both for business, but they can also be for personal work as well. Okay, so now this is just a rough diagram sort of going over the entire flow and visualizing it for everybody. User will start by saying, can you use the Apify skill for something? The agent knows then your intent and will look at the skill file and then call the proper actor that it thinks will be the most useful for accomplishing the task, and then the agent doesn't need to do anything else. And then after the actor is completed, since we have added the webhook query, the ad hoc webhook query, to the post request for running the actor, it will send back the actor's run ID to the hooks endpoint for Openclaw. The agent will then use the runs endpoint to fetch the data set. And so we've saved so much context, and we've also freed up the agent to do other things while the actor is working in the background. And then once it gets back, it will return the information to the user. And so just a high-level takeaway that I want to leave everybody with is that, one, human-centric UI will be replaced by agent-first interfaces, so tooling, protocols, things like that. And two, the more powerful your tools and workflows are, the more capable your agent becomes. So as these things become more autonomous, you can do more with them. You're going to start to see how the power is going to be more in the tools the agent has than actually the interface that you're using, because you can text it over something like Signal or WhatsApp and it will accomplish the task for you. And so, in my opinion, it would be in people's best interest to start using and building their own tools and workflows for their agents, and I would recommend Apify to do so, instead of using a UI or building a UI for some sort of problem. Because we're no longer going to be building for humans, we're going to be building for agents. And again, like I said, Apify, there are over, if I move my head down, there are over 17,000 actors on the store already that you can use right now, or you can build your own. And that would be my recommendation to everybody here. I would start to experiment with what actors already exist that you could integrate into your agents, like your Openclaw agent, or think about what you could build yourself to make your agent more powerful and capable, and hopefully market that tool to other agents. And that's the end of the video, guys. So if you enjoyed it, make sure that you subscribe. Also, I will be leaving the GitHub URL link for the skill that I put into my Openclaw agent for you to review. And I will also drop in links to apify.com so you can sign up and their documentation. Till next time, goodbye.